Hello, fishers. So today I got a $20 Honda. So here she is. So I got the hood up. I just got it to the house. It's a pretty decent car for 20 bucks. It's got decent tires, as you can see. Good tires. Interior's nice. Not too. It's got 214,000 miles on it. All this for 20 bucks. So it just he came to the shop and he had his car looked at somewhere else. They told him it was a bad head gasket. So he was wanting, $300, something like that. Everything's going on right now with the coronavirus. No one's buying cars or anything like that. I told him I gave him 20 bucks so he didn't have to worry about it, get towed off or anything like that. And he said, deal. So I got this car for 20 bucks. And so I've already kind of looked at it, and I was going to just pop the plugs out and put oil down the cylinders so that I can do the head gasket at a later date, so I don't have to worry about the cylinder walls rusting to the pistons, and put WD-40 in to get rid of the rust, blah blah blah. Anyways, so first thing I did was I popped the cap and I put water in it. I was going to start it, and usually with blown head gasket bad enough, you'll have stuff shoot out because there's bypass compression coming out of the engine cylinders into the head gasket. But what I noticed, see this cap here? This cap has a big crack in it. So this was allowing the pressure to bypass all the time. This hose was off and it was shooting coolant on here. His problem with it was he was saying he was seeing a lot of steam come out. A lot of steam, and then the car was cutting out. So also it had a code for the cam sensor, which I'm going to replace. The cam sensor is bad. So we're going to replace that. I'm going to put a new cap on this, and I've already ran it. Runs great. Drove it like, a mile or two, and everything's just great. So, doesn't have blown head gasket. So, we're going to go ahead and go after this cam sensor. I got a new valve cover gasket, and we're going to put new spark plugs while we're in there, and see if this thing's going to be running tip-top, and get rid of it. So I went ahead and I took these 10s off the coils. You're gonna have to disconnect there. And if this is a little too fast for you, I have another video of the same vintage. I'll try to put a link up here somewhere so that you can link that, because I've already done this video, but this is just gonna be for gigs. So got that off, and we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull the plugs out too, just to see what they look like. But we're gonna take this 10 off here, and that 10 and that 10, get the wiring harness loose, and that one there too, and then we'll do the valve cover bolts. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this one blasted. Blast off, and that one, and that one. Oh, I've gone ahead and I kind of pulled this out of the way. You gotta get your connectors off here for the EGR and pull this out of here, and I've you gotta break this loose from this in order to get some more leverage, and that's gonna have to come off in order to get your valve cover off anyways. Get that out of there. So I'm gonna clean this off, kind of clean some of the area off so make sure I don't drop dirt inside the head, and then we're gonna pop it off after we get these 10s. Okay, so I've got it and I cleaned this off. So don't have air right now at the moment, so I'm just gonna rub all this stuff off, clean it off as best as possible to get some gunk. Out of here. And there's one. Now I'll have to get the other wrench. Well, that one, the battery's dead. Of course it's dead. So if you're going to attempt it, I didn't get this bolt. That was a pain in the butt. And this bolt here for any of your AC lines, if you have AC, makes it a little easier. So this is off. You can see the engine is super clean. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take off my timing cover, just the top here, so I can get to my cam sensor, which is down here. And then we can take a look at the belt and see if I need to do the timing belt or not. So I got this cover off. There's one, there's two, and there's three. That's hidden right below the connector. And you just stick your hand in there and you push on that connector, and it should be facing on this side, and you pull it and it should pop out. My belt looks like it's newer, so I don't think I'm gonna worry about changing it. It doesn't look like it's been worn down too much. You can see, like, don't like really like see the, you know, the imprint of the teeth coming through the belt. So I'm gonna say this belt's probably been done with the last, you know, maybe 30,000-40,000 miles. So I am not gonna worry about it. So our cam sensor is, let's see, right there. And there should just be 110 holding it in place, and we should be able to get it out of there. So, a little bit of a pro tip. You see how that connector is like way down there? The bolt's not in a good spot. I can't really get a good picture of it. Pro tip, you put grease on the end of your socket, the bolt will stay in there. As you can see, I just got it loose and my grease held my bolt in place. So now I'm gonna reach down in here and I'll pull this damn thing out. Off the locator. Locator's off. And now put my new one in there and start the process all over again. So as you can see, there's the bolt, and the other hole is where my dowel goes to my sensor, and it's kind of a pickle to get back into place. So here, so just follow the plastic up. So I got it in there. Another pro tip. Sorry I didn't videotape any of it because it's just hard to hold the camera and all that stuff at the same time. But on the little pin, this guy right there, put a little bit of RTV, and you let it sit just a little bit. It'll keep it in place so you can get your screw on there, because I had such a hard time getting my screw and I kept knocking it off. So I, you know, finally put that on there and it worked the first try. So now we're gonna put the cover back on, then we're gonna do the valve cover, and I'll show you the fixtures. So I went ahead and I got that back on, and I've cleaned this off, got all the oil off of my surface, and I've put RTV in the corners, and now I've went ahead and I put my gasket in place. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna try to lay it down in there and then tighten down my bolts evenly. All right, so everything's back in tight on there. One thing to make sure that your seals are in the right place. You just kind of woggle it around until you get it in the right spot. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put this back on, put our brackets on our AC stuff back on down there, and I'm gonna change the plugs real quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my plug. It was kind of boggy when I was driving it to see what the plugs look like. And yeah, so I don't like these plugs at all, because they're made for Toyotas, and they're like interference kind of thing for static and all that. But look at the electrode on that. There's not an electrode on that anymore. So I'm gonna change the plugs. Okay, so it's back together. I lost a nut, so I'm gonna have to find one, get it tight, and I need to tighten those before I do anything else. But I'm gonna tighten those. I'm gonna start it, and we're just gonna run it for a long time and make sure that it doesn't overheat, and make sure that my cam sensor doesn't crap out and doesn't leak any oil. Then we're gonna do some cleaning and see how pretty we can make it. All right, fixers, 214,000 miles. Let's see what's sound. Oh, still gotta plug my sensor in. So we've been running it for a while, and it has not overheated, nor has the light came on. And now let's make it pretty. So we're gonna give the color a proper scrub down, maybe clean the lights and see what we can do, make it look nice. Now we're just gonna spray it off, wash her down a little bit. Me and the boy are gonna scrub her down. Good job, bud. And we're gonna see what we can do. And now we're gonna scrub her down. Alright, so we're cleaning this off. Make sure everything looks good. So most of the time you have to deal with road tar. This is road tar, and you can't get it off but with carb spray or brake clean. So you spray on the hose, and you scrub it right off. But this is on plastic. You don't want to use a whole bunch. You can melt the plastic, or you can eat the paint on your paint job, but just the right amount does wonders. So see, totally different. All right, so now that we're shiny, I'm gonna go ahead and wipe it down and put some wax on it, and got some stuff and put it in the headlights. Depending on what the customer wants, I may buy the kit and do a 3M light fan. I still haven't done that for my channel, but wanting to. But depends on what the customer wants. But I'm gonna wax it and see how she turns out. Okay, fixers. So I'm gonna try this stuff on the headlights. It works. I've done it before. It makes it look nice for a while, but it doesn't do the same as if you would get the 3M kit and buff it down with the sandpaper and stuff like that, but it still gets a decent result. So I'll show you what I'm doing. Let's see what happens. So this stuff here, put on a rag. You look at the stuff here. It looks just like wax. You apply it on, you rub it in. And it just kind of gets all the grit and stuff like that. You can see kind of the sheen going away here. Get the road grime off. And, you know, compared to the other side, looks reasonable, right? So we're going to go ahead and do that to both sides. So the one side's done. There and there, it's completely different. So it's just buffing with this turtle wax headlight clean and sealant. So I'm going to do the other side.
The next step here is I'm going to put some tire shine on my tires here to make them look nice.
And just spray it on there. Not sponsored by any of these people, but just so you know. I'm going to do a nice little layer on each one, tire, and see how she turns out. Okay, so I'm not going to wax it, but as you can see, this is my $20 car. Runs, drives, everything, $20. So I don't think we're going to do a wax that looks so good. Felt when I was cleaning it off with the paper or with the towel, it felt like it was really good. So yeah, $20 car. So thanks. So I think that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Sorry this video wasn't in depth. I was kind of wanting to do that, but getting rid of this car as quick as possible because the sister needs it. And we're trying to get some more cameras and stuff like that, and my laptop kind of pooped out, so that's why I haven't had a lot of videos coming out lately. So just trying to get a new laptop so I can get some more videos made. So any questions, comment down below. If you like this video, give me a like, give me a subscribe. And I'm trying to do more stuff like this. I got another car I'm fixing right now. It's a Hyundai where I'm doing the head gaskets on. So if you like this, subscribe so you can watch that. And it's going to be a little bit more in depth. It is trash. There's garbage inside. I'm going to pull the carpet out and clean it and just try to make it look as nice as possible. So it's a lot harder than this. So if you like the kind of stuff, just give me a subscribe and check it out and wait for it. So thanks for watching. Have a good one.